day, our dear people of Vanguard newspaper family. I welcome you once again to today's edition of your favorite business show, the Vanguard Business Live. And I bring to you at this time a topic that has been always the most discussed in the micro, small, and medium enterprises ecosystem, and that is access to funding, which everybody is shouting and crying that that's the biggest challenge, especially the small businessman out there. That's the biggest challenge they have. I want us to rethink that challenge, to rethink the issue of funding gaps. Okay, yes, the gap is there, and matter of fact, the most recent reports, research reports, indicate that Nigeria has the worst funding gap in the whole world at over 99%, meaning that less than 1% of Nigerian small businesses have access to formal funding from the formal financial institutions. That is the worst, one of the worst in the whole world, because the global average is about 80%, while in developed economies is about 50%. Okay, so but what's going on in the past 2 3 years in Nigeria is that commercial banks are beginning to close the gap, ramp up their positions in terms of funding, and then there's no bank you see today. Most banks in Nigeria today, they all have a SME segments where the issues around funding are treated as on case by case basis. To approach your bank, you will have them help you look at why you can have access to funds. So there's a catch-up system that is being pushed in the banking industry. And then for me, the reason why I'm talking about rethinking that access to fund, because I have always believed that funding is not actually the sufficient most important condition for survival of a small business and even development growth of a small business. I do not agree to that. Okay, so I would rather see small business or small entrepreneurs rethinking their survival in terms of what else could they do, even if they don't have access to fund. And more importantly, thinking of rethinking why he is unable, that his business is unable to access funds from the bank, from our banking system. And in that way, it will help you in case if really you need fund. Of course, all businesses will need funds to thrive and to grow. And then when you come to a crossroad where the fund is not available, what else do you do? So rethinking the access to fund, it will also entail me telling you that there is money in the banks. In fact, they have excess liquidity in the bank. They don't even know what to do with the money. So what are you doing? Why don't you have access? Well, the report has been available everywhere that there are certain reasons why small businesses don't have access to funds from the formal financial system. One is management skill. How have you been? Because nobody, the way Nigeria financial system is structured, the startup cannot even get funds. You have to show reasonable track record of at least 3 years of doing the business. So you have to have a management skill to ensure that your business is doing well, surviving for the past 3 years before you can even consider going to the banks for a loan. And then you have to also show evidence. You have structure, you have process in all the value chain in your business, standard value chain in your business, standard processes in the value chain of your business in order to convince a banker, a financial institution to give you loan. Don't forget, you can always get loan anywhere around, but we have loan sharks, and we have treated in one of our episodes here the dangers of going to a loan shark. Most of you have had your finances burnt in going to a loan shark. So I'm talking about the formal banking institution that can give you rate at loans at less stressful conditions. You have to be qualified for that. And then what is the other issues beyond funding? And that is access to market. If your product or services does not have access to market, no company, no financial institution, no bank will give you loan, because there should be evidence of cash flow from your business operations. So these are the things that I believe an entrepreneur, a small business owner, should be thinking about in terms of accessing funding from formal financial institutions. I come your way again, there will be more information on how to access funding outside what you think. Have a great day.